So imagine trying to sell an outdated, hasn't worked in years PC. You'd probably have a tough time getting a dime for it.
Well, it's worth a lot more than 10 cents at Schrock Innovations, thanks to the ultimate upgrade.
The ultimate expert is here today, Thor Schrock.
Thor.
Good to see you.
I'll give you 10 cents.
Expert.
Not a penny more.
11. Okay, for you, 11.
Hey, thanks
cents.
for showing. Thor shared some pictures with
Yeah.
us this morning. Had a beautiful daughter a couple weeks
Yeah,
ago.
she's
Yeah,
how's
my-
she doing?
pretty.
She's doing really well. We've changed her formula up a little bit. She's a little colicky. My wife's like, "What luck? You know, we adopt 2 babies and they're both colicky. You know, how about that?" But no, she's doing amazingly well. She's packing on the weight. We took her. We have a little infant toddler scale thing, and we took her upstairs and laid her in there, and she'd put on 1.5 pounds in 2 weeks.
Wow, she's growing.
Oh yeah, and then she's starting to uncurl. So every day I see her, she looks like she's getting bigger, but it's because newborns are all curled up, So
Right.
she's starting to uncurl and stretch her legs out now,
That's
and
fun.
turn her head around.
Thor said he didn't get any sleep this weekend, but he's alert enough to tell us about this ultimate upgrade, I hope.
Oh yeah,
Tell us about this.
Well, I was joking with the receptionist out front. She said, "Well, how was your weekend? You getting any sleep yet?" And I'm like, "Oh, a little bit. 3-hour, 4-hour stretches here and there." But the nice thing is, when I'm tired, it slows me down. And the number one complaint people have about me on the radio or on TV is I talk too fast. So, I talked to all the producers. We might need a couple more minutes on the segment today just because I'm a little slower.
Right.
You're at normal speed today.
Yeah.
Right?
The ultimate upgrade, we've touched on it before. You're still providing it to
Yes.
folks who haven't been
One
able to
week
take
left on
advantage
this.
yet.
We have the ultimate upgrade, and how this works is when you go to buy a new computer, that computer is going to last you between 2 and maybe 3 years. In Nebraska, we tend to stretch things a little bit further than some other parts of the country where they replace their stuff like it's water. But 2 or 3 years, you're going to replace the computer. Well, if the ultimate upgrade is a modular computer, so you can take that outdated computer you've got in the garage and trade it in. It's like getting $150 off a modular computer, and then you can, it's $399. You get the new computer, your monitor works with it, your speakers and everything work with it. You hook it up, and it's like you got a brand new. It is a brand new machine. We don't use any parts, any used parts out of the old computer. It's a brand new computer. You even give us your trade-in after you get the new computer,
So if
because
you're
we
still
can move your
using
data
it?
and everything.
Yeah.
And so the cost, you touched it through?
It's $399 for the ultimate upgrade, and it's a tower, so you still use your same computer, your same monitor, keyboard, mouse.
Yeah.
This does have Windows 8, so I will throw it out there. If you have a keyboard that has a round plug on the end, or a mouse that has a round plug, the PS2 plugs, those are not always compatible with Windows 8 now, so you might need a new keyboard, but other than that, it's a pretty sweet deal.
And that's something where if you need more space later, you can, with a modular computer, you can kind of switch pieces in and out.
Oh yeah, you can
bigger
switch
hard
pieces.
drive.
In fact, this weekend we learned, we started to sell some laptops with Windows 8 that came pre-installed with it, and we noticed that they're not Microsoft stickers on the bottom. There's no stickers anymore with the code. And what we found was Microsoft changed the licensing agreement so that the major OEMs, the Dells, the Gateways, the HPs, don't have to put a code on the bottom of the computer anymore, which for them saves them, probably 0.5 cent per computer, so billions of dollars a year or something. But for the average user, it's really annoying because if you ever have to, let's say your hard drive dies, and you have to reinstall your Windows, you don't have a code to do that. So if you go out to a box store now and buy a desktop or a modular, or not a modular computer, a desktop or a laptop from a box store, and you have a problem where your hard drive dies and you don't have that recovery partition anymore on there, because you don't get disks anymore with anything.
Right, you're out the cost of reinstalling it, whatever you would have paid for it.
Yeah, you're going to have to buy the software for $200 all over again. So at Schrock, when you buy a computer from Schrock, not only do you get the sticker with the code on the computer, but if you buy a laptop from Schrock, so if you're thinking about going out and buying a laptop somewhere, check out what Schrock has, because some of the added value services that we do, not just on the ultimate upgrade, but on any computer we sell, is we actually have a program that extracts that code from the computer and we log it in our system, so that when and if you ever have to have Windows reinstalled, whether we have to do it, whether you send it somewhere else to do it, maybe you move down, you're a snowbird and you want to get out of town before Thursday, head down to Arizona or Florida for a week. If you end up having to go to a repair shop somewhere else, we can give you that code and save you like $200 off a repair. So
That's great.
having a modular computer, the object is it makes it less expensive over time and easier to upgrade.
And I don't think most people are thinking about that stuff. It's just a one-time purchase, you're done. Not always that kind
Well,
of
I rock my car in and out too.
Right.
When,
Right.
What about,
who
And then
thinks
you go
about
see
this
Peter.
stuff?
Yeah, I
I
did. I was
like,
Peter. I want
I'm supposed to do that.
You
Yeah.
mentioned Windows 8. How are people responding to Windows 8? Because it's a totally new, conceptually, from Windows 7.
Well, they're responding to it in the same way people respond to new tax rates. They just suck it up and deal with it.
Do you like it? Have you had a
I've been
chance to
running
play
it for a few months now, and honestly, once you get past that start menu, the difference on that start screen, once you get into your programs, it runs a lot like Windows 7. So once there's that, a lot of us have this resistance to change, and I'm getting older, and as I get older, I'm starting to see this in myself. I'm a little more hesitant to buy the new cell phone or the new tablet because I like the way the old one works, No, I've got to buy the new one so that when the people call the radio shows or email questions into the blend, I can answer their questions.
Well, it's funny. You don't work in an industry where you have the choice to be reluctant to change.
Yep, I often joke, it is my duty as the owner of Schrock Innovations to purchase every new piece of technology that comes up.
Your
My
wife
says,
loves that.
use it.
do you really need a fourth tablet? I mean, you have two hands. And I'm like, honey, it's my responsibility.
New software. New software.
I've got to learn it.
The upgrade, what's the deadline for our viewers
The
to take advantage?
24th. It's this Sunday that's coming up. So if you were looking at doing this last week from the morning blend, we had so many blend viewers call in right after the show. All 3 of our service centers got absolutely crushed. We've sold through all the ones we have in stock. We have another batch of 10 hopefully arriving today that we're going to start putting together. Most of those are spoken for, so I ordered another batch of 10 this morning. So we've got them coming. They're still coming through, and you're going to get these pretty quickly. You're not going to have to wait 14 business days for these machines.
This is a good deal. Bottom line, take your old computer, take it to Schrock Innovations. For $399, you get a modular PC.
Yep, with $399 in your trade, you get a brand new computer and a warranty. An award-winning service, 90 days coverage on the Schrock desk, so as you're getting your printers and everything hooked up, if you don't have those Windows 8 drivers, we can help you through that.
Free support there for 3 months. You see the locations there, Omaha, Papillion, and Lincoln, online at SchrockInnovations.com. The crew's also on Facebook, so I know you're tuned in there too. Thank you, Thor.
Thanks, guys.
Great
Get
to
some
see
rest this week. Okay?
Take care of
I'll
that
do that.
baby.
Get some rest.
Baby Catherine.
Thanks for coming in. Still ahead, the organization helping women and girls unite.
Yeah, we'll get a look at results from the weekend box office next.